Welcome to another episode of Start That Business. So you have this business idea and you've been freelancing for family and friends, but every time you think about making it official, going all in, you get overwhelmed because so many more ideas come and they stop you in your tracks. If that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. In today's episode, I'm going to share a 3-step framework that will help you finally nail that business idea so that you can launch your business and go all in. My name is Chichi, a Christian business coach. I help Jesus-led working moms like you launch your online coaching, consulting, or service-based business in just 12 weeks. I will help you clear the overwhelm so you can step into the work God has already called you to do. Pop in those earbuds and let's get started. Are you ready to streamline your focus and get clarity to start your online service-based business? Are you tired of struggling with lack of clarity, self-doubt, and the fear of being a public failure? Do you wish you had a clear plan you could follow to make your calling a reality? Hey friend, you don't have to stay stuck any longer. With a renewed mindset and a clear plan, you can start a business that fulfills your calling and makes a profit. I'm your host, Chichi Ukomado, a Christian business coach, Jesus follower, and a 7-figure service-based entrepreneur. In this podcast, I'll teach you how to streamline your focus, get clarity on your business idea, create your business launch plan, set up your business essentials, and launch your sustainable and profitable business from scratch. You will get tons of encouragement, godly wisdom, and accountability to grow in your faith and new business journey. It's time to partner with God and take your first step to start that business. You know the one I'm talking about? Yes, that one you've been putting off for a long time. I remember when I wanted to start my personal shopping business, I was playing around with the idea, but I also had other ideas of things I wanted to do. I love organizing and arranging, so I also thought of starting a professional organizing business. Then I love to clean, so I'm like, I'm going to start a cleaning business too and hire people that will do the work, and I'll just be the brain behind it. So I had these other ideas competing with my idea to start a personal shopping service business. So with all these ideas swelling in my head, every time I think about starting that business, I get overwhelmed and I just drop everything. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to do any. But this overwhelm continued until I decided to pick one idea. I asked myself the 3 questions that we're going to go through, which is the 3-step framework that I used to get clear on my idea. And I was able to come to a place where I said, you know what? This is the best fit, and I am going to do this one. If later along the line I decide to go do a professional organizing business or start a cleaning business, then I can do it later. But for now, I'm going to focus on this one. And that is how I was able to launch that business. Now, overwhelm is a major reason people don't finish what they start because there are too many things competing for the idea. Just by the definition of the word overwhelm, overwhelm means to load, heap, treat, or address with an overpowering or excessive amount of anything. So overwhelm, just think about your ideas heaped on you. You have 5 ideas, 6 ideas, 7 ideas. It's just just think about this huge pile of laundry and you're buried under the huge pile of laundry. That is what overwhelm looks like. So imagine all your ideas, you're under them and they're just heaped on you. And as long as you are overwhelmed, you are more likely not to start and you are more likely to quit because you're buried under so many ideas, so many options, so many solutions that you can offer. So what is the root cause of overwhelm? Why do we get so overwhelmed? Like I mentioned, we have too many ideas. then we have too much information and we're unsure of which one is the right one. You can go to Google and say, how do I start an online coaching business? And you see millions of results that come up. That is too much information. Then you click on the first one, you start reading, and the person is telling you, do this and do that and do that and do this. You get overwhelmed because it's too much information. Another cause of overwhelm is perfectionism disguised as waiting on God. I am guilty of that one. I'm going to raise my hand so high. I am so guilty of that one. So God has told you to start this business and you keep waiting for the perfect time. So when someone asks you, oh, what's the update on your business? Have you started? You'll be like, oh, I'm waiting on God. I'm praying. And God is looking at you and saying, you're not waiting on me. I've given you all the information you need to get going. You're just waiting until it is perfect for you. But it will never be a perfect timing for you. So that trying to make it perfect is what keeps us overwhelmed. Another cause of overwhelm is lack of clarity or structure. So you're not clear. Again, you have too many ideas, you have too much information, you're not clear on what you want to do, you don't have a structured way to go about it. And this lack of clarity and structure, it creates fear of failure, because when you're not sure of what you're going to do, then the fear of failure can easily creep in. Imposter syndrome can creep in because you don't know what you're going to do. Another cause of overwhelm is thinking that you need to have everything. Oh, I need to have a website. I need to have my branding done. I need to have all these things. Oh, I need to rent a space. You don't need to have all those things before you start. Those are the things that create overwhelm, because when you think of all the things you need to do, your head gets full. Again, you get buried under that list and you're not able to make a move. So what is the solution? How can we overcome this overwhelm so that we can get going? I remember listening to a podcast. It's called Entrepreneurs on Fire. And the host, John Lee Dumas, he was talking about how we need to focus. And he created an acronym for what focus means. And he said, focus means to follow one course until success. And that is how to overcome overwhelm. You stay focused. You follow one course. You follow one idea until success. And that is how I was able to finally launch. So what are the 3 simple questions to identify your best business idea? The first question is, what is the one idea I am deeply passionate about, I have the most experience in, or I am genuinely willing to learn and master? So that's the first question. And this question is trying to check your passion and your expertise. What idea am I deeply passionate about? What idea do I have the most experience in, or I am genuinely willing to go and learn and master it because I'm passionate about it? This is the first question you need to answer. So in my case, I took the personal shopping business idea I had. I took the professional organizing. I took the cleaning business. And I asked myself this question. I said, which one am I deeply passionate about? And I said, I'm passionate about shopping, duh. I'm using other people's money to shop and help them. So it was easy for me to pick that one, because what you're passionate about will help you stay consistent. If you're not passionate about the idea, when things get difficult, you easily quit and walk away. So that's why it's good to go with what you are most passionate about and what you have the most experience in. Experience reduces your learning curve, so you don't have to spend so much time trying to learn that idea. So this question will help you check your passion and your expertise. A good example is, if maybe right now you're a corporate HR director or HR leader, it's easy to transition into being a career coach or starting a career coaching business, because you're already hopefully passionate about the HR space and you already have experience in that space. So you see how easy it will be for you to transition into starting a career coaching business. So it just makes your options easy. The second question you need to ask to help you identify your best business idea is, which of my ideas has the greatest potential to positively impact lives while also generating sustainable income? Now, this question is checking for impact and income potential. You want to make sure that the idea you pick is one that is going to both serve the purpose of your business and is also going to give you provision. So your business should serve both your purpose and your provision. And that is what God intends. He wants you to create a business that impacts life and makes you a profit. Because remember, you're transitioning from your corporate career. So this business has to be able to sustain you so that you can build and serve more people. So again, when I looked at the three ideas I had, personal shopping was the one I felt could give me the most impact and income. And that was the one I decided to go with. So another example is maybe you are a teacher or you're a teacher right now and you want to start an online tutoring service. So the difference between doing it as a business or doing it as a hobby is what will make you decide if this is something that is going to impact life and is also going to be profitable. If you decide to do it as an online tutoring service business, of course, it has the potential to impact so many lives and it will make you a profit. But if you decide to do it as a hobby, maybe you're just blogging on weekends, it's not going to get you anywhere. So this question will help you check all the ideas you have and you'll be able to pick the one that will be the most impactful and the most profitable. All right, the third question you need to ask to help you identify your best business ideas is, which idea can I start with the least effort, investment, and disruption to my current life, career, and family? This one is very important. A lot of people go and take on businesses that disrupt their entire family finances, their current season of life, and they begin to struggle and they get frustrated, which leads to burnout, and they end up quitting. So this question will help you pick the idea that will take the least effort, the least investment, and least disruption to your current life, your existing career, and your family. Now, the example I gave of a HR leader transitioning into career coaching would take the least effort, will probably be the least investment because you already have experience as a HR person. So you're not going to learn any new skill. You're just taking what you've already learned and practiced for 10 years in your existing role, and you're taking it to go start a career coaching business. So you see how that is easy, and it's not going to disrupt your current life because you're already a HR professional. It's not going to disrupt your family so much because you can work your 9 to 5 and you can start that business, maybe work it on weekends or in the evenings when you come back from your job. So you see how you can easily transition to that least effort, least investment, least disruption. So this question is checking for ease and alignment. So it doesn't mean that you can't go do something that is difficult, but you want to make sure that it's something that you're passionate about. You have the time to learn. It's going to give you the most impact and profitability, and you can do it without disrupting what you already have going on. Remember, you're a working mom. You're already juggling so many things. So you want to make sure that you build this business in a sustainable way so that it doesn't add to burnout or your overwhelm. All right, so what are you going to do based on what you have heard on this podcast so far? Now, this is the action step I need you to take. I need you to list all your overwhelming business ideas. Grab a piece of paper or notebook, list all your overwhelming business ideas. Then write down your answers to these 3 questions for each idea. As you answer these 3 questions for each idea, you will see that you're beginning to filter and one idea begins to stand out. Then once you're done with that, pick the idea that checks the most boxes. And that will be the one idea that you are going to start with, you're going to take action on, and you're going to launch. God is not asking for perfection. When he tells you to start this business, he's not asking for perfection. He's asking for obedience. He's asking for you to step out and do what he's calling you to do. The best way to know if an idea is right is to start and allow him lead you step by step. Using these 3 questions I just gave you and going to do these action steps that I told you to do, you will definitely come out with clarity and you will have more than enough to get started. Clarity comes from action and not thinking or overthinking. I pray that as you spend time making your list, writing the answers to these 3 questions and picking your one idea, that you will have the clarity you need and the help of the Holy Spirit to launch your business. Now, once you're done with your action step, I want you to send me an email. Send me an email and let me know, Chichi, this is the one idea I picked after doing my action item. I want to celebrate with you. I want to give you feedback so that you can get going. So I will drop my email in the podcast description. Shoot me an email. Let me know what idea came to the top and I will celebrate and review. If you need accountability to get your action steps done, then I invite you to join my weekly accountability co-working Saturday. It's for 1 hour on Saturday. We get on at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and we work on tasks similar to your action steps. And we set a timer for 15 minutes. We get to work and we review our progress when we're done. And that's it. It's not a coaching call. It's a co-working space, a focus space where we get work done. I invite you to join me if you want to work on your action steps with other people. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you learned something new and you were encouraged to take action. If so, will you stop right now and share this episode with someone so they can get the help you just got? I would also love it if you can leave a review for this podcast on Apple Podcast or the podcast app you're using to listen. This is the number one way I know you're getting value from the content on this podcast. Until next time, always remember you have all you need to start that business. So keep listening for more episodes. I'll meet you here next week.